Hey guys, welcome back. This is Alon, and this is AcornProductions. Thank you for joining me today. Beautiful Saturday here on the Gold Coast, and let's get into it. This is another weekly recap. Now, touching on essentially where we were last week, we can see it's not our best month. It's actually our worst month yet so far, and not too much has actually changed. There's a lot of market uncertainty. There's been a lot of essentially stop losses triggered this month, which have actually been capping our losses in some of our riskier plays. Let's have a quick look at the portfolio. We've still got a lot of the same positions. We're still sticking to the same strategies. One of the biggest mistakes so far this month has been actually upping what we've done in our in all of our ARC funds. We can see here that ARC W, do we have any other ARCs? And ARC F. So we actually only have 2 ARC positions even open at the moment. ARC Finance seems to be doing good, but all the other ARC funds were a mistake. They're just too volatile, essentially probably to be putting in the chest of our portfolio. They could be good in the future, but way too volatile for the chest, maybe for the horns in the future. And we can see Berkshire doing quite well there. But essentially, we've still got our biggest holding at the moment in Bitcoin, which essentially all of our stop losses that have been popped so far this month, we've put in BTC. If you guys didn't know, that's part of the strategy. Instead of holding cash, especially for like 2-month periods, there's absolutely no reason to hold cash, in my opinion. It's not an asset that's going to appreciate. So BTC is, I believe, a better hold than cash, and it's very easy to sell, but it is volatile. So we are holding on to that, and we've had a lot of cash to essentially hold this month. So I want to touch Bitcoin quickly, guys. Let's have a quick look at the news. The news is pretty neutral right now. Let's just have a look at the graph first. Here we have essentially how Bitcoin's been doing this year. We can sort of zoom out in a moment, but we can see that when Bitcoin does jump up, if you have a look at it, it's very sharp. So you can't just sort of be jumping on the train after it jumps up, because if you're jumping on the train afterwards, it's actually going down. So if you're waiting for it to go up, you can see it's going up in swift motions. Bitcoin doesn't seem to go up slowly and gradually. Boom, look at these jumps. So what I'm expecting here, we can see, I'm expecting another jump to be here. So I want to be in it for the jump, essentially, guys. We can see that when you just hold it, look, it's just sort of gradually going down and dropping recently. And there always seems to be some sort of drop before the raise. So let's have a look quickly at the news here on eToro. You can see that some of it is positive. We've got a little bit of positive news with the Ripple here. A bit of uncertainty with the SEC. Now remember, this is only America. I think people put a lot of, America is the strongest, capitalistic market, but they put a lot of weight on American decisions. I really think it's going to be fine even without America in the picture. But essentially, one of the biggest news that we were waiting for, if you guys don't remember, is we're waiting for the SEC to actually approve Bitcoin ETFs. That was going to be huge news for the American market. You can invest in Bitcoin safely. It's actually quite risky to be holding, crypto in your own personal wallet. It's easy to get scammed. There's so many things that can get wrong. You can lose your key. You can get your key compromised. There's a lot of ways that a lot of people don't factor in. There's actually a lot of risk to it. It's like holding your $1 million not in the bank, holding it in your briefcase and taking it everywhere with you. It's not exactly the same, but it has its own risks. Here we go. This one is coming up as negative, but Bitcoin will soon exit the bear market. This is all just news, guys. Remember, normally when the news happens, it's already too late. But Bitcoin is one of our top holdings. I did want to mention that. So what we're going to do, we're essentially going to see how this month closes out. If we have a look, we're not doing too well. I was hoping that this would sort of shrink, but it's pretty similar to where it was before. But essentially, at the end of next month, we're going to be doing another rebalance. We're going to have a look. We're going to sell some of the Bitcoin. We're going to essentially re-look at our positions. I want to make the chest a little bit more secure, a little bit more stable. I don't know if I want as many ARK funds in my chest. We're gonna relook at the chest. I want it to be really solid ETFs that are gonna take us sort of into this uncertain future. And then I want to have a look at the horns. I want to relook at what we're doing with the horns and what our strategy is to get the additional gains. And I want to slowly tweak and perfect our strategy here. But for this 2-month period, we're going to stick to what our choices have been. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going with the strategy, and we're going to keep learning from our mistakes and improving our track record here together. Now, as always, guys, if you have any ideas on how we can improve this portfolio, it's always been my goal for this portfolio to be a community portfolio for all of us, essentially to work together. Because if we're all invested in this and we're all in it together, then everyone's opinion is important. Now, it is my job as the one, of course, running this portfolio to use my own common sense and my own judgment and my own skills and abilities to do what's best for all of us. But I really value your opinions and your inputs. If you have any ideas on the strategies or any companies that you think would be relevant in a certain part of the portfolio, I would love to know. Now, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to catch you next week. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. All the best.